Once upon a time, and many years ago,
As all good stories begin,
There's an emperor who ruled a small but pleasant kingdom.
very much like your average fairy tale kingdom,
where the people were moderately happy
And moderately carefree.
and went about their business.
in a reasonable manner.
Moderately.
It was simply your average
Every day,
Run-of-the-mill.
fairy tale kingdom.
We're just an average fairy tale kingdom in an average fairy tale land. Every day is sunny and nice according to our fairy tale plan. We don't have dragons, knights, or genies giving us a scare. We're just an average fairy tale kingdom you'll find anywhere. We get up each morning at 7, milk the cows and feed all the pigs, and the blood and water the eggs, trim the hen and gather the eggs. And every day is happy and pleasant, filled with dance and song. And in our average fairy tale kingdom, nothing can go wrong. In the castle on the hill, there lives our king, the emperor. He is there to see that we live happily ever after. We're just an average fairy tale kingdom in an average fairy tale land. Every day is sunny and nice according to our fairy tale plan. We don't have dragons, giants, or genies giving us a scare. We're just an average fairy tale kingdom you'll find anywhere. We're just an average fairy tale kingdom you'll find anywhere.
okay. But now about the emperor.
Well, like his kingdom, he's quite average also.
He was married to a nice, respectable fairy tale queen.
Nice outfit.
Thanks.
And they had a nice, respectable teenage daughter.
Hello, Father Mother.
And then a younger, but not as respectable, but quite ornate, quite a younger son.
I'm sorry, you didn't want to get me. Did not. Did not.
Susan.
We're just an average fairy tale family. He's the king and I'm the queen. I'm the prince and I'm the princess living in this fairy tale scene. Our hero dad is clever and witty, mother sweet and kind. And we're the nicest fairy tale children you could ever find.
Every day I sit on my throne and give advice both noble and fair.
I'm in charge of all the servants, washing, cooking, cleaning the stair. And I am smart and rather attractive. I am strong and kind. And we're the nicest fairy tale children you could ever find.
As I said before, the emperor was an average warrior fairy tale king.
With one exception, he was very fond of new clothes.
And he was always concerned with the latest trend.
Or bad.
Shirts, pants, vests, coats, ties,
The green ones?
Yes.
I've seen those, and besides, the new outfit's just arrived for me to try on.
Another new outfit?
What, Your Majesty?
Be good and go reveal them for me.
What?
Be off now. Go, go, go.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Presenting the Minister of Culture. Sire, all first time tonight. It'll be really good for this.
I'd love to go.
Sorry, old girl. I'm having a new wardrobe delivered and someone will try everything on.
It'll be really good.
Not tonight. Tut tut will.
Presenting the Minister of Recreation.
Dude. I mean, Your Majesty. An apple serving contest today, and I would love
Don't have time, busy day.
Presenting the Minister of Commerce. Sire.
Can't be bothered. Lots to do.
Presenting the Minister of Pets.
The pet shop is.
Out of time. Gotta change.
Presenting the Minister of Education.
Test scores are in. Yes. Go away, he's busy.
Where is the Emperor now? Is he in another meeting? Where is His Majesty? We would like to hear his views. And now he's disappeared. Is he at another fitting? He must come back. He must preside and hear the latest news. Where's the Emperor headed for his mission? Please go find His Majesty. I've been waiting here since dawn. I'm sorry. His Majesty is unavailable at this time. We're not impatient people, but we have lives to live.
We need to see His Majesty, so tell us now what gives. He used to be available to help us with advice, and now we're to his holiness.
That would be nice. Where is the Emperor now? Is he in another meeting? Where is His Majesty? We would like to hear his views. And now he's disappeared. Is he at another fitting? He must come back. He must preside and hear the latest news. He must come back. He's fitting. He must preside and hear the latest news. Go away!
As you see, the king frequently became distracted by new clothes.
And although it appeared harmless at first,
It would soon become a bit of a problem.
I can't believe it. I've assembled the finest army of any empire, of any kingdom anywhere, and still the king does not take the time to review them. He has his final on border matters.
But we only have one pet show a year, and I don't believe he has ever attended one.
Well, he used to attend the opera until.
yes, until what?
We all know what you're about to say. It's the same reason why he hasn't attended the World Surfing Contest in years.
Because of the clothes.
He is exempt for any latest fashion or fad that appears on the market.
Why? He invested the money that he spent buying clothes into doing new businesses.
Or as new teachers in school.
Like who knows how great Empire man?
Why don't you tell that to the Emperor Minister of Commerce?
Me? Why me?
Because it's your idea.
But
Yes, I know. We all know. None of us wants to say something for which we may be fired. And we all know that the Emperor's obsession with clothes is, well, getting in the way.
But now we must be careful what we say.
Yes, there are ears everywhere.
Hear that, Luigi? Hear what, Guido? The king of this empire is totally obsessed with his looks and his clothes. Especially his clothes.
Do you think it's the way the two swindlers
I mean, self-employed entrepreneurs could take advantage of that if you only knew something about making clothes. I know Lou. That's what makes material with. Well, I've watched the Loom being run, but I've never actually done it before. Never actually did it before. Has never stopped us. What we do now is make clothes that aren't really clothes. You mean they're sort of invisible? Invisible. Yes. Not to us. Yes. Not invisible to us, or the Emperor, or anyone who is, wise. Yeah. Wise enough to see them.
And no one's actually because they've ever heard, they'll claim to see them, even if they can't.
Just so they don't look foolish.
Yes.
Yes, this king likes new fashion. The latest trend that's hot. Oh, magic suit will bring the cash in. And I hope we don't get caught. The trick is believing in something that's not there.
Our plans at the scene take quite a bit of care.
If he thinks what he sees simply isn't there, I think we can pull it off. For we are the Farragut brothers. We come from the Farragut clan. We're looking for lucrative employment anywhere we can. We are cunning and clever. We've given this idea lots of thought. Our plan is really quite simple, and I hope we don't get caught. We've given it lots of thought. I like our little plot. I hope we don't get shot. Our mom would be distraught by some mixing the knot. And we hope we don't get caught.
Your Majesty, Your Majesty. There are two men who would like to word with you. They go by the names of Guido and Luigi Factory.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, we are professional tailors. We weave and sew our own cloth and make clothes to fit your every need. I am Guido, and this here is my brother, Luigi.
We specialize in making the finest clothing in the world.
We begin by weaving a cloth so fine,
So delicate,
so exquisite,
so perfect,
and not only are the colors
and patterns grand,
but the clothes are made so that they appear
invisible to anyone without the wisdom to see.
what Luigi is trying to say. That only the wisest Europeans can see this special material.
Oh, well that'll leave you out.
Children, please.
And when we have finished weaving the material, we stitch and sew together the most elegant suit of clothes the world has ever seen.
That is, that the wisest in the world have ever seen.
So what do you think, Your Majesty?
Well, I don't know. It does sound intriguing.
Consider this, Your Majesty. Not only will you get the finest suit of clothes imaginable, you will also find out who the wisest in your kingdom.
I'm very interested. Can you go over that again?
Now pay attention and listen to me. Only those wise enough will see the king's new clothes they were meant to be.
And this is how it's gonna be. The threads are only for the wise to see. So let's get started with the spinning bee.
We're gonna stitch, stitch, stitch and sew, now weave our pie and weave down low. We're gonna make the coolest rags you've ever seen. We're gonna cut, cut, cut and
Splendid clothes. If I had a suit made of this magic cloth, I could find out at once who was wise and who was foolish. This stuff must be over for me immediately.
That's a jolly idea.
Dude, why didn't I think of that?
Good show. Let's get on with it.
Ministers, help the weavers get set up. Give them anything they want.
The finest silks and golden thread, anything their looms will hold.
Let the weaving begin.
And so, the two scoundrels made a showing of the working of the looms, though in reality there was nothing on them at all.
And the emperor gave them large sums of money to help them complete their job.
They were given fine silks and gold thread, which they stuffed into their own knapsacks, and continued to pretend work until late at night.
I wonder how the weavers are doing. Just fine, I should think. Wouldn't you like to sing?
Father told us to stay away.
All those silks and gold.
Don't even think about
The
it.
colors must be fabulous.
Let's go. Don't let them know we're here.
The push.
They look kind of busy.
Yeah, but I don't see anything.
Look harder. Remember, wisdom.
Okay, but I just don't see. Where am I looking? What am I looking for?
You have to look very carefully at the loops. The material is light and delicate and difficult to see, but it's beautiful and shimmers in the light.
I still don't see.
Well, you have to picture in your mind golds and pastels that are so beautiful that they only live in your imagination. And close your eyes, squint until they're almost shut, and think noble thoughts. Then if you try hard enough and are sincere enough, you will see the magical material begin to shimmer and shine with the most radiant of colors. If you use your imagination and you look inside your mind, you will see a world more perfect. You will find the world more kind, and the colors there are brighter, and the music much more grand. In your imagination, waiting there at your command, and when things seem impossible and completely out of line, when birds have stopped their singing and the words have lost their rhyme, if you close your eyes and look inside, then maybe you will find a world of wonder right inside your mind. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
And just close your eyes. If you use your imagination and you look inside your mind,
I can see a world more perfect. I can find a world more kind.
and the colors there are brighter, and the music much more grand. In your imagination, waiting there at your command, and when things seem impossible and completely out of line,
When birds have stopped their singing and the words have lost their rhyme.
if you close your eyes and look inside, then maybe you will find a world of wonder right inside your mind.
A world of wonder right inside my mind.
A world of wonder right inside your mind.
Meanwhile, the emperor was also become curious about the weaver's progress.
So he summoned the minister of fashion.
My dear Minister of Fashion, you have a good eye and a fair amount of wisdom.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I want you to go to the Weaver's Chamber and see how much they've done.
I don't know your wants, Your Majesty.
Minister of Fashion, a person with impeccable taste and common sense, wanted to go check out one of the Weavers. Do you think we can pull it off?
Of course, it's a piece of cake.
A piece of cake with our heads chopped off, we won't be able to eat any cake.
Quiet. They won't suspect.
But if they catch us,
That won't happen. Trust me.
we could be executed. Or worse.
Here comes somebody. Busy.
What is this? I cannot see the least bit of thread on the loose, or the least bit of woven your paw.
Come here so I can get a better look. Doesn't the designer material please you?
Aren't the colors beautiful?
Dear me, I am not stupid. But I can't quite see anything. Whatever I do, I must never tell anyone I cannot see the cloth.
Look closely. The cloth is light and delicate. The patterns are most elegant. The colors are exciting. They're the best that you can find. The weave is extraordinary, strong and firm, yet light and airy. All you can imagine through the pictures in your mind.
Oh, the color is most beautiful.
Well, does it please you, Madam Minister?
Oh, yes. It is beyond description. It's stupendous. Everything is right now.
The cloth is light and delicate. The patterns are most elegant. The colors are exciting. They're the best that you can find. The weave is extraordinary, strong and firm, yet light and airy. All you can imagine through the pictures in your mind.
Oh, the patterns and the colors are most beautiful. I must tell the emperor at once. Thank you for showing me. They're like geniuses. Your Majesty, I'm back.
And how is the work progressing?
Your Majesty, it is a marvel. It's exquisite. They are stunning. The cloth is light and delicate. The patterns are most delicate. The colors are exciting. They're the best that you can find. The weave is extraordinary, strong and firm and light and airy. All you can imagine through the pictures in your mind. The pictures in your mind.
Several days passed, and excitement died down in the Minister of Fashion's report.
But the Emperor's curiosity began to grow and grow about the new clothes.
So this time he saw the Minister of Style and retired.
You sent for your nobleness?
Yes. Go and see how the Farragut fellows are doing with the material.
And take more silk and wool and threads then. They must be getting low.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, have you heard about the king? He did a most peculiar thing. But used to keep commissioning from Weaver, so it goes. The suit is magic, so they say, invisible in every way. To those not wise enough to see the magic suit of clothes.
Your Majesty?
We're almost finished.
Sorry you're taking so long. We wanted it to be perfect.
If Your Majesty will come closer, you can get a better look than we do.
This is the most fabulous material I've ever seen. For appreciation and recognition of the excellent work on the magnificent suit of clothes, I award to the Brothers Terracotta the official Medal of Good Taste and bestow on them the title of Gentleman Raiders.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Cool.
The fair leaders sat all night the day before on which the procession was to take place.
They had 16 lights burning so that everyone might see how eager they were to finish the Emperor's new clothes.
They took the cloth off the loom, and they cut through their arrow with their scissors and sewed needles that didn't have any thread.
As morning dawned, the king and his court assembled in the throne room to wait the arrival of the new clothes.
Presenting Brothers Farrakina.
Your Majesty, we're all finished.
Is not the cloth magnificent? Your Majesty, before we be so good as to look at it, what splendid design with glorious material.
Oh, why I can't believe it. What do you think, my dear?
It's breathtaking.
Yes, breathtaking. And your opinion of the Minister of Fashion?
To me. How shall I describe it?
What do you think, Lady Minister of Style? Well, it is very elegant. Yes, elegant.
Elegant.
And stylish. Totally stylish. And fashionable.
Fashionable.
Stupendous. Spectacular.
Groovy. What?
That's very progressive. And that was ahead of his time.
Here are Your Majesty's trousers. Here's the scarf. Here's the coat.
The whole suit is as light as a cobweb.
When dressed in it, one might fancy one has nothing on at all.
Oh, utterly humorous.
That, however, is the wonderful thing about this delicate magic cloth.
Yes, indeed.
If Your Majesty would so graciously step behind the dressing screen, we will fit you with the new magical suit.
They're fitting the king, which is fitting indeed, for a king should be fitted at a fiddle. The sleeves must be long enough, strapped to fit out a belt, and leave some room for his fiddle. The king isn't changing his clothes, rearranging to a switch
but I must show them now. Minister of Fashion, Minister of the Army.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I want to show off my new suit. Start the parade. I love parades.
Hail to the King, the ruler of the land. Hail to the King, he is a royal man. Without a doubt, he's the one with all the clout. His wisdom is beyond us all, his fashions are far out. Hail to the King, your approaches let us down. Hail to the King, tell me what's he wearing now? His magic suit, very regal, very cute. I'm glad I have the wisdom and can see the master's speaking all of history.
Royal views are our perfect clothes. What a magnificent tree! How gracefully the scarf hangs.
Hail to the King, the ruler of the land. Hail to the King, he is a royal man. Without a doubt, he's the one with all the clout. I'm glad I have the wisdom and can see the master's clothes he's wearing, very chic and very daring. The master's speaking all of history.
I still don't see any magic suit. Quiet! Can't be here in public. But there's nothing there. Except his underwear. Imagination. Anything after your imagination? Well, just look at him. He has nothing on at all. That's true. He has nothing on at all.
My show? Music, please.
Hail to the King, and our voices loudly ring. Hail to the King, he's not wearing anything. A sturdy bloody wear, simply is not there. He's marching out in public in his full-cut underwear. Hail to the King, our leader and our star. Hail to the King, he's got a bit too far. The sailors did him in, now he's wearing just a grin. As anyone who's wise enough can see. But now he's wearing nothing there, how very daring. The most revealing king in history.
And so our story comes to an end.
The emperor gave all of his clothes to the needy.
Well, he kept a few for himself.
And yet, he devoted much more of his time to the people of his kingdom.
I guess you're wondering about the Farragut brothers. They disappeared during the parade and escaped the country. They took their fabrics and money and opened a swimsuit manufacturing company, but they were able to convince people to spend large amounts of money for very little fabric.
And everybody returned to their fairy tale jobs and lived happily ever after. And the prince and princess never argued again. Okay, I guess that's a little too far-fetched for you there.
We're just an average fairy tale kingdom in an average fairy tale land. Every day is sunny and nice according to our fairy tale land. We don't have dragons,
spots left, and I've been able to tell you tonight that we are doing Annie.